Looking down into Guns Plains. That's where I'm heading this morning. It's a bit fogged over down there, but it'll soon lift once the sun gets up a bit. It's going to be 25, so it'll burn off pretty quick. It's a bit cool morning. Anyway, I'm halfway down a hill, so I've got to get on my way. I'm blocking the road if anyone comes down. Right, we're on the Leven River. That's morning mist is starting to burn off as the sun gets higher. There's still a fair bit of water pushing down here. Glorious morning. Hardly a breath of wind. Very cold air though. Hell, it's cold. I'll be hopping in the river over the left hand side and up along that edge there. It's about waist deep. I've got to get over that big pumping station pipe there, and then I can come up from there and get up into the shallower fast water run. So peaceful up in here. Not a breath of wind. Still cold though, hell it's cold air. The mist is gone. I've had 3 follows. I've tried Aglia fluoros in the brown and rainbow patterns. Had a couple of follows but no takers. I've used a gold vibe, no takers, that's just a follow. A couple of other hard bodies and had a little follow, but yeah, no takers yet. And tell you what, I know one thing, that water is icy cold on the legs. Absolutely freezing. But yeah, it's so nice up in here though. You put up with the cold to get in rivers and that are like this. It's absolutely beautiful. A few little insects and that hovering around at the moment too. I haven't seen a fish break the surface anywhere yet, but they're here. I just went back to the Aglia fluo in the brown pattern. Had a direct cast up here, hooked a trout, had him right in here next to me. Not a big one, only a little tacker, but just I went to slip the net under him and he did a jump and tossed the lure. So still bugger all, been in the river for about 35-40 minutes at the moment, and yeah, it's been pretty slow going. Just hooked and lost another trout just over here on the, was on that brown Aglia fluo spinner. So I've taken it off now and put a little, I've got a rainbow one on, Aglia rainbow in the fluo, and see how that goes. And yeah, that's three trout hooked and lost now. It's time to change that lure. If you can't, if it's not staying on that lure, I'll get rid of it till it goes off. So I'll try the fluoro, the rainbow fluoro, and see how that goes. If not, I'll probably go to a black bug spinner or something like that. I might even try a white miller in here. A few caddis moths starting to hover around, so who knows. But yeah, I'm not very happy hooking and losing the first 3 fish. I want at least one on the board. Oh, I'm starting to get a bit frustrated, to tell you. I've got a Mark's brown bug spinner on now, size 0. I've just lost 2 trout on that one. I've lost 5 trout and 5 hookups so far. Maybe I'm casting straight upstream, bringing it down, and they're grabbing it from behind, and yeah, they're just not getting hooked enough. Just getting lipped, I think. And, I tell you, I'm going to get one soon. I'm going to throw my bloody rod away. Finally, after 9 hookups, I've got one. I put a gold Aglia on, the old ever reliable gold Aglia, and this one's grabbed hold of it. I did have one hitting the miss on it, but that was a cast directly upstream, but this fellow was a flat water on another river bank, and yeah, flicked in there, and this little tacker grabbed it. Law of average though, to get one sooner or later, I can tell you. Now I'll get him off before he jumps off. Pretty well looked actually in the jaw. Another one is a bigger fish, this one, lovely fish. And, I'm going to lose him soon, I think. This is 2 casts later after just releasing that first trout, and he's taken the same side of the river, but up by that tree that's laying there next to the riverbank up there. That was the first cast into that, and yeah, he's grabbed it. So I'll get him in the net and get him off. He's all good to go. Oh, he's gone. He's on his way. Yes, 2 trout. 2 trout in 4 casts. Unreal. I did think of going to the gold agly earlier, the little 00 gold agly, and I thought, no, we'll stick with the bugs and that, because I was getting hits on every lure, but not hooking anything. And they're all size 0s, 2.5 gram spinners, and bigger hook, bigger trebles. Yeah, no sooner have I gone to the little gold agly, 2 trout and 4 casts, based on that same side of the river. Unbelievable. So I'll be sticking with the little 00 gold agly from here on. I tell you, a direct cast upstream here, and just bringing it down. Had another hook up. He jumped around here for a little while near my feet, and then tossed the lure. So it's 9 trout hooked and lost. I can't believe it. And just two others landed. Still got the little gold agly on it. It's the casting upstream bringing it straight down this faster water. So they're just grabbing it and then they're just getting lipped. Yeah, a couple of head shakes and it's gone. So, but when I got the other 2 in that water just down there, I was going across the river and like a cast and drift action, so they come out and you got a better chance of hooking them. But these direct casts up the river and down, you haven't got any choice to do it in some parts here, see. There's a little pool over there. I'll have a crack at that, see if I can get something out of that one. I've moved in this little backwater now, and I'll fish up through here and then come back and re-enter the main river again. Sometimes you can get a few trout in this little backwater. The way I'm going today there, I'll probably hook them, but whether I land them's another thing. There's no sign of a trout at all in this little side water or backwater here. It's just too shallow, very shallow, and by the main river it's running very clear today. The river's normally a nice dark tannin sort of colour, but it's the clearest I've ever seen it. Still a beautiful river to fish. Anyway, I'll head back out and back into the main stream now. Right, I've come to the end of the road here. I'm going to head back down. It's 10:25. I've had another 2 hookups here, a couple of follows. I've gone back to a brown trout, brown pattern aglia fluoro. I've had a white miller on, had a hit on that. The gold one, they sort of went off that in the end. I've had the bug spinner on in the stonefly. They followed that, had a nip at it. They're just starting out off these banks and just whacking at the lure and then going. Others will come up behind it and turn and dart off. And the full sun on the water now is starting to tick me off. It was good a while ago, but a cloud cover came in, but that didn't last. As soon as the sun came out, they went off the gold. So anyway, I'm going to head back to the car, and, which is about 1 kilometre or more away. Well, probably 1.5 kilometres away. And yeah, just try another bit of water, maybe a bit further downstream, see how we go. If I was younger, I'd climb up that river bank and head back through the farmer paddock. At 74 years of age with 2 crook hips and 3 buggered discs in my lower back, I wouldn't even attempt there now. So the only way out of here is the way I came. There's a long, slippery, rocky walk back to the car. I think when I get down further, about another 3/4 kilometre, I think I can get out on the right hand side down there. and walk through some dairy paddocks there. So yeah, but up here, no, not even going to attempt that. Well, I'll just find a way out up on the riverbank, but I think it'd be easier walking back on the river than this. I hate walking through grass that's bloody near shoulder height in places. Thankfully there's a wallaby track here, I'm following that, but I'm thumping the ground pretty hard. You never know what's bloody sitting in here. Hate it. Right, I'm back at the car. It's Pepsi day today for sure. I'm just melting. It's just gone 11 o'clock, and that walk back through that grass, that really killed me. It'd been easier walking back the whole length of the river than climb that side up the side, that bit of a hill there amongst the trees and then blackberry bushes and then grass up to here. Yeah, and one of the most frustrating days we've ever had in the river. To have 15 hookups for 2 trout landed, probably another 5 or 6 hit and misses, yeah, and several follows, and just for 2 medium-sized trout landed in all that time. Not good, and and I tried every variety of lure I had in my tackle box, and I start off hard bodies in the wider water and that, and so I won't use them in the shallow, fast flowing water because they snag up too easy. So that's why I just stick to the meps in there. But yeah, I had the stone flies, I had the and the bug spinner and the March brown, and I had the Aglia fluo, the brown trout, all of them hooked fish and lost them. And the little gold one did the job, but then hooked and lost one on that, and then when that sun was on the water, they just went off the gold. So then I went back to brown trout, had another hit on that, and a hit and a miss. And, used the stonefly again, same thing, hooked and lost fish, and yeah, really frustrating day, I'm sorry to say. And now the sun's out full on the water, so I'm not going elsewhere now. I'm heading for home. It's stinking hot now. It's probably about 24, 25 here anyway, and northeasterly winds come up. So yeah, my day's done. So next time, guys, tight lines.